Hello, and welcome back to the Calm and Connected podcast. I'm Janine Halloran, the host, and I want to talk to you today about some ways that we can help our kids focus on the positives and creating happiness keepers. That's what I like to call them. Ways that we can help kids keep track of their happiness and keep track of those positive and good things that have happened to them. So, there's been lots of research that's gone on about the practice of gratitude, of looking and finding the good and the positive in our lives on a regular basis, whether that be daily or weekly, in terms of making a positive impact on your physical health, on your psychological health, and your social well-being. So there's lots of studies, and I will link to a couple of those great articles that really go through all of those studies talking about the impact of gratitude and focusing on the positive for kids. So you can just take a look through those and look at the studies, because it really is impactful. It really makes a huge difference. One way to help kids is to have them keep track of the things that have made them happy and things that bring them happiness, happy memories that they have. So I'm going to tell you about 3 different ways that you can help kids sort of keep track of their happiness and focus on the positive. So the first one is to make a list of things that make you happy. So what are the things that bring a child joy? Have a child write those down. What are the things that make them smile? Who are the people who make them happy? Where are the places that make them happy? It helps kids to really sort of focus on the people, the places, the things that make them happy. So what are those things, and having them, draw about it or write about it can be great. So when they are having a hard time, they can think back on some of those things that do make them happy, that do make them joyful. Another thing is to keep a record of happy moments. So happy things can happen all the time. And it doesn't have to be a huge, big thing like I went to Disney World. It could be I saw a flower and it made me smile. Or I had a sip of hot cocoa and it was just so warm and lovely. Or sitting by a warm fire with people that I care about. Have them keep a record of those things. Maybe it's drawing about it, drawing the scene where they had that happy memory. Maybe it's just writing about it, or maybe it's them dictating to you and you're writing the things that made them happy, their happy memories. And then when a child is experiencing something that isn't very happy, they can look through all those pages of happier times and remember the positive things that have happened in the past. And you can remind them that more positive things will also happen in the future. Ideas for prompts around keeping happy journals or a happy moments journal. I had the best time when, or I remember laughing when, or I had so much fun when this happened, or I felt awesome when. So having kids really keep track of what are those things that bring them joy, that make them feel amazing, that make them feel super pumped, so they can recall those and come back to them when they need them. Finally, I love making scrapbooks of the experiences that they've had. So if you've gone to a museum, keep the ticket stubs. If you've gone to a movie, keep those ticket stubs and put them in a scrapbook. If you have gone to a location, get a postcard and have that be a reminder of the trip that you took. If there are brochures or stickers that you had, if you took photos, you can have them printed off and create a whole scrapbook page or notebook or journal of your experiences. So for shorter trips, you don't have to do anything super fancy. You could just do one page and take a couple of photos and stick those in with a couple of things that you've done when you were there. For longer trips, maybe you want to get a little notebook and have them write about what they did each day, and then paste in some things about what happened when they were, on this trip, on this road trip or whatever. It's really neat for kids to have some tangible items that they can look back on and touch and hold that remind them of the trips that they took. In our family, we have a journal for our summer that we spent in Toronto, and we all have sort of happiness keepers from our year in California. So we made a notebook and we kept track of fun things that we did on a regular basis in California. But both my son and my daughter have these boxes full of things that we got, the rock that we got on this walk that we went on, or a brochure from the sticker factory we went to, some stickers from the sticker factory we went to, pictures of their friends that they made in California. All of those things are in those happiness journals and in their happiness boxes. So when they are missing California, which sometimes happens, they open their box and they can remember those things. And then maybe they reach out to a friend that they still are in contact with who they met when they were there. So lots of different ways to help kids remember and recall those happy memories. To help kids remember these happy moments and to keep track of all these positive things that have happened in their life, I created a happiness journal. So this is a way that kids can track the people, places, and things that make them happy, the happy moments that they've had, and even a section where if they want to create a scrapbook, they can do that. So feel free to visit copingskillsforkids.com to learn more about that product. If you like this podcast, feel free to share it with your friends and colleagues. And please give us a rating and review in iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. It really helps us get found. And one more thing, I want you to take a few minutes and have a little fun yourself. Take care of yourself and have an awesome day.